What is going on, y'all? Welcome to the Thai Life channel. My name is Min, and in this video I am going to show you how to do a simple Frenchies. Frenchies are easy, but it can be complicated. It just depends on what kind of Frenchies you do and how the clients hold still when you are doing the Frenchies. So this is what the video is all about. I want to share all that with you. So let's go ahead and get that play button going. So the first thing I did for this client was I went in and did a full set for her. I gave her Rosebud Nude by Young Nails, and the primer I used is Protein Bond, also by Young Nails. And I'm gonna leave all of that product in the description for you. But to do this Frenchies, the first thing I did was I fill in the tips all black. I am not going to focus on getting the line and the smile nice and sharp. I'm not going to focus on that. I'm just going to focus on filling in the tips. Yes, as you are filling in the tips, you are noticing that I am making a slight smile. And that is just called a guideline. You want to create a guideline so that you can actually have a visual of how you're going to draw the Frenchies. And when it comes to Frenchies, depends on the length of the nails, depends on what the clients want. So you kind of have to ask the client how deep they want their French, because some clients, they just want a very thin line or a thick line. It just all depends on their preferences. So now that I fill in all the gaps, what I want to do now is I want to get a line brush. I wish I can tell you what size line brush I'm using, but I will definitely find that out, because this line brush right here, I've been using this for 2 years now. It hasn't done me wrong. After I use it, I just clean it really fast. And what I do is I consistently use this brush. And it was also a gift from a friend. So she invented this liner and she decided to give it to me. So I will get you all that eventually in the description. But now, to do this Frenchies, using a line brush is very important. You pour a little paint into a plate and you dip the paint with the line brush, and you're just gonna go ahead and try to draw the line as smooth as you can. You're gonna try to draw that deep French. Try to connect one side evenly. So whatever side you're doing on this side, you wanna make sure it matches together and it all connect into a slope. That is the main thing about doing a French. However, yes, back in the day, Frenchies are easy. Frenchies are literally just white tips, and the tips are white. You put it on, you'll put the acrylic on, you got a Frenchies. So because of that method right there, it has made a lot of clients feel and think that Frenchies are easy. And yes, it is easy if you were going to do a Frenchies like how you did it back in the day. But today, it is different. Today, people are going extravagant with the Frenchies. You can have a thin line, a diamond French. You can have a French that connect around the key. It's so many different ways. But the hardest part about doing the Frenchies nowadays is not just drawing the line, but it's having the clients to really sit still through the process of doing a Frenchies. Because every nail tech is different. Some Frenchies will take longer, some will be faster. And I still see people use this method where they draw the black or the white and they go in with the acetone brush and they brush it. That is old school. That's what they used to do back in the day when you had regular polish. You cannot do that with gel polish. The reason is, for some reason, when you take acetone and you start cleaning around the gel polish, do you ever notice that your gel polish gets kind of fade away? The color kind of smear a little bit. It doesn't give you a sharp line. That's what happened when I was using it to clean the Frenchies with the acetone. So I stopped using that method, especially when it comes to gel. You can still use that method with regular polish, but gel is just too difficult. So now, that's why I end up using the brush. That's why you have to use a liner to really do a French nowadays, to get that nice sharpness. So again, I end up curing the nail that I just finished doing the Frenchies, right? I am gonna do the same thing with the other hand. The other hand, I'm just gonna fill in the tips. As you can see, let's really focus on the Frenchies now, because you guys know how I get really emotional when I talk about client's experience and the nail experience and mix together. And I don't want to bring the animal out of me, guys. I just want to make sure I stay calm sharing this tutorial with you. That's my point. Anyways, let's get back into the tutorial. So after I fill in all the tips, this part right here, my friend, I don't usually talk to the clients. You know, I stay really focused. I want to get that line nice and sharp. Now, the second question you're probably going to ask me in this tutorial is like, do you put a second coat of polish onto the French? Well, that just depends. That just depends. But yes, I do. But yes, I do. Some nail tech will tell you that they won't because of the color pigmentation is on so good. And yes, there will be polish out there where you only need one coat and it will show you exactly what the color looks like. But the problem that I do see with having one coat is just depends on the client. Some clients are very rough with their nails. Some client will literally get their nails done and they will do all kind of stuff with it. They will do all kind of stuff with their nails, and that's when you get the polish chipping. Luckily, this client right here, she's like, you know, a model working in the fashion industry. She's not doing too harsh with her nails. And this black is coming out great. You know, as you are filling in the black with the liner, drawing the sharp line, you can also use the liner to fill in the spot that where you feel the color are missing lighter than others. So that is other ways you can also fill in the gap and get the correct pigmentation. The problem that I have doing two coats on a French is how thick it gets towards the tips. Sometimes you end up doing a coffin shape, and that coffin shape turned out to be taper square due to the polish. Because some of the polish is so thick, right? So that's the problem. And here's also the problem that you guys see what I'm doing. I could look at the camera right now. I could have finished and cured that hand, but this client right here, like I say earlier, she moves a lot. She had her phone out. She's constantly, you know, checking messages, looking at Reels, TikTok, and she didn't cure her hand correctly. So when I was trying to do her hand, I noticed that there was like these little streaks on the gel polish. And you know, gel polish, you have to cure it correctly. You cannot cure gel polish, have your hand in, taking it out, or moving around. Sometimes you just have to have the clients place their hand perfectly into the light. Because when you are doing a Frenchies right here, I'll be honest with you, I don't like fixing stuff. When I do something that is artistic, artist, abstract, I want to knock it out the park, one hit wonder. I don't want to spend time cleaning up because that's a waste of my time. What if I have another client coming in? Those are the things that, you know, I find it like, why am I wasting all that? So I try to tell the clients like, hey, please try to sit still and not move. Okay, so now that the French is over, you guys, hopefully you guys understand how to do a good French. You guys see how fast I did it. I speed up the videos, but this French actually took me only 20 minutes, including the detail. So that's pretty fast for French, because some French can take up to 30 minutes if you're new at doing it and you're nervous. So there's a lot involved. So after the French, of course we're not done yet. You know, that was just too simple of a set. So we're gonna go in with some abstract design with this Frenchies. So now this Frenchies is gonna look a little bit more bougie, more stylish, because the French bring out the classiness. But now you got the design on top of that. That just show you like, hey, look girl, I got some attitude in me. And that's what the attention draws to these designs. So anyways, as I'm doing this design, you know, when it comes to doing design, I don't know if you go through the same thing or not, but I always make a couple mistakes before I start on moving on to the next fingers and the next finger. I don't know if you do the same thing. Like for some reason, when I draw a line like right now, as you're looking at the ring finger, I'm drawing the line and I'm like struggling. I'm like, oh my God, why is the line not looking good? But at the same time, I had to tell myself, this is an abstract design. Like, if it's an abstract design, it shouldn't look perfect, because what I believe in is that sometimes the imperfect is what makes the beauty of the art perfect. You agree with me? Come on, let me know if you agree with me, okay? But the truth is, that's how it is. So look, so I eventually take a deep breath and I'm like, you know what? Let's go ahead and make this line happen. And that is all it is, guys. And a lot of times you guys watching these tutorials, you guys probably asking yourself or thinking to yourself like, oh my God, that looks so clean. Am I ever gonna get there? Trust me, honey. If you take your time doing it, you're all going to get there. If you take your time to because some of these arts, my friend, it will take me up to 45 minutes. I'm not gonna lie. It could be a simple art and it could take me that long. And that's where people don't realize that doing a basic set of nails is really simple. But once you add the detail on top of the nails, that gets really complicated. Do you agree with me? And if you do agree with what I'm telling you right now in this tutorial, please give me a thumbs up. Leave it in the comment if you have any other way to do a Frenchies. Leave it in the comment. Let me know what you think about doing Frenchies. Do you like it? Press no if you don't like it. If you like it, say yes. Simple. Interact with me. And make sure to subscribe to the channel, because that's all you're going to get from me is good nail tutorial and some lovely nail experience thoughts, food. Anyways, so as I continue doing this design, I'm getting happier. Meaning, I'm seeing the result of the design. First of all, I'm excited because the Frenchie is still looking good. The second thing is that when I was putting the black design onto this client's nails, I was getting really excited. I'm getting really excited to know that it's coming out exactly what this client wanted. And that's the main thing, okay? When it comes to doing nails, it's not about what you like as a nail tech, but it is what you like, because sometimes you don't want to produce the ugly stuff. But our job is really to give the clients exactly what they really want. And sometimes, you know, it sounds easy. You know, it sounds super easy. It sounds like, oh, well, I can do that. You know, like, I can give my client what they want. I can. But believe it or not, it's not for everybody. You know, sometimes there are nail tech who are so comfortable working inside their environment. They don't want to venture out. They don't want to, you know, do the hard stuff. They just want to do the easy stuff. And I get it. Because this job sometimes is a quantity job. You know, the majority of the salon out there, their goal is to take in as many clients as possible. Because that's how they make a living in this industry. You make a living in this industry by really sharing and really just continue to get more clients and more clients. And that's the majority of the nail tech out there. With me, I believe in quality. That's why most of my appointments are most of my clients are appointment only. So I give them enough time to really execute the design and give them the nails that they want. Because nails can take up to 2 hours. And if you tell somebody that, they think you're insane. They think if you're doing a set of nails is 2 hours, you're not making, you're insane. But what can I do? As a nail tech, everybody has a different way of doing things. There shouldn't be no one way. When I was growing up in the nail industry, there was one way. You either use a size 16 or 18 acrylic brush, or you're not even a nail tech. That's how we were trained. But in this generation, my friend, it is not like that. Every single nail tech out there are your own artists, their own craft, their own time. You do what pleases you. You do what makes you happy. And that's what I believe this industry is going to lead to. Yep. And in this design, y'all, sorry, I get so emotional. Can you guys tell how emotional I get when I just talk about like experience with the nail industry? Because I really mean it, guys. I really care about how I express myself, so that you know we're all gonna go through the same experience as a nail technician. That's what I feel about this industry. It's like we all walking on the same road, just at a different time. So back to the design, as you can see. So when I do a design, guys, another thing I want to share with you is that once you get the first hand out of the way, for some reason the second hand just seems so much easier. That's the thing about how our brains work, you know. When we figure out something, we're like, oh my God, it's gonna work out. And again, can you guys tell? I'm cleaning it again, guys. I'm literally cleaning her polish again. Because this client right here would not sit still. I was having such a hard time. But did I yell at her? No. Did I give her a hard time? No. If anything, I just want to play it off like, hey, you know, I got it, girl. It's an easy fix. Because you know what? Hey, I don't blame them for moving. They get excited, but again, sometimes they just need to sit their ass still because, man, as a nail tech, we take so much pride in doing these artwork and the time that we spend. And if we find one little mistake on the design and during the picture or the photo shoots or the videos, we get butthurt, yo. We get really butthurt because now we'll be like, oh my God, you know, that little mistake just kills the whole vibe of the nails. So yeah, the white that I'm using is just any ordinary white. You can get any type of white. Again, I'm using young nail white. I just pour it out on a plate and I just kind of polish it on there. This design is very simple. It's a 2-color concept. You don't have to do too much. The only thing is you just got to get the line nice and sharp. So when you're doing these abstract line, try to make sure the line is perfectly clean. There should be no fading area. It has to be sharp. So after I finish up the design, the Frenchies, as you can see, look how beautiful it is with the gloss. The gloss that I'm using right now is GOTTI Nails Gloss. They have the best top coat gloss, man. I mean, when I put these gloss on, it's just fire. And I do have a 30% promo code with GOTTI Nails. So if you guys are interested in using the brand, there's a link in my description. Feel free to click on it and make sure to enter Thai Life to get 30% off. Trust me, you will not regret it. This top coat right here is my go-to top coat. And I'm gonna show you the result of this design, the Frenchies, at the end of this videos. But really, guys, I just wanna let you know, it's like, you gotta take pride in what you do. Everything you do, if you take pride and you show the clients that you really cares about your craft, I guarantee you, you are going to be a busy nail tech. People nowadays can see if you're passionate. People nowadays can see if you're BSing or not, okay? And people can see if you care about them or not. So show them that you care about them, give them the set, and continue to build your craft as a nail tech. If you are watching this right now and you are feeling confidently comfortable about doing a Frenchie, about adding some abstract design over the Frenchie, because sometimes that's awkward for a lot of nail tech because they'll be like, wait, the French looks good. Now you want me to cover the French? You just gotta trust the process, you know what I mean? And that's what I did. Every time the client bring me something, I just trust the process. And at the end, we wanna make sure that we execute the process correctly, right? And I guarantee you, when you finish a set like this, you will go home feeling happy, excited. You know, you are going to like tell yourself like, hey, I did something that's outside my comfort zone. And that's what you want. You want to feel like that. So after I finish the top coat on, as you can see, I'm going back with the file. Be very, very careful when you're doing this last part, because I'm only trying to get that nails to look a little bit more crisp, the shape look, because after you put so many design coats, it gets a little thicker. I don't like the thickness like I mentioned earlier. I'm gonna go ahead and clean it up, add some oil, and at the end, yo, look at this set. Look at the Frenchies, look how clean the lines are, look how clean the abstract design. That's how simple it is, y'all. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. I hope you're comfortable doing a Frenchie. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. See you on my next video.